Okay, Stars advance. Next game is tomorrow night, 8:30. It's kind of late, so we'll probably all be asleep, so don't watch it. If you're awake for some reason.
Dude, I don't go to sleep until like 2 a.m.
Ooh, don't do that. Now, look at this. Look at this green thing right here. Okay, I mean not the cool one, but the less cool one.
Oh, I can't stop looking at the cool one.
So your last normal test for this class, not the final exam, but the last unit test is May 12th. Okay. Now that's the last normal grade before the final exam. So whether you're a senior or not, you want to be passing. Hopefully that's your desire. In fact, I know it is. If you at least wrote it down on a piece of paper at the end of the year, I got it. Got the proof. Okay. So hopefully we're all gonna do what we need to get passing by that last test, and then we'll have a week for me to be like, get your dang act together. So let's get past it. Okay. So then we have finals, and that's it. Cool. And then I'm teaching summer school, so if you need to, I can see you again in like a week after school.
Did you do that last year?
Yeah.
He has a light, but you have to look no fun.
There's more light than you.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey. I appreciate it, but all right, so no, I mean like the sentiments, but I get it. Wait, what is this?
Do that during the next period too.
I'm gonna fight you, Colin. Straight up.
Yeah, I'm nice. I don't deserve that.
No fighting. Okay, so let's do this warm up real quick. This says to expand the log. So let's see what we remember. Are these on the inside multiplying? The 3, the x, and the y. If it ever shows up. There we go. So 3xy, are those multiplying? Yeah? Yeah? If they're just next to each other, that does mean multiplying. Look. So if you want to, you can put like a little dot between them, 3 times x times y. So last week, on Thursday, we learned that you can split this into 3 separate logs that have what between them? What operation goes between the separated logs? Plus sign, okay? So everybody, we're going to split this into 3 logs. So go ahead and write log base 10, log base 10, log base 10. Now usually you don't have to write the base 10 because just log by itself means log base 10, right? But what am I going to put next to each of these logs? Okay, well that's between them, but so after log base 10, what's going to go in the parentheses on the first one? 3. What about the second one? X, and the last one. There you go. And now, like you said, between each of these, since it was multiplying inside, they're separated with a plus sign. That. Yes. And the way they want us to say it is log base 10 of 3 plus log base 10 of x plus log base 10 of y. So that's how you do what we did on Thursday. Now let's think about that. That was multiplying inside really means adding when you separate it. So today we're going to talk about what if it's dividing inside. What do you guess you would do if you separate it? That's what we're going to find out on today's notes. Let me pass it out real quick. Dragon Ball G. Dragon Math G. Mr. Jita says,
You really want me to go something at you. I have this.
we have to collect all 9 dragon assignments.
Hey, we got
pass this class.
You get it right.
Now. All right, take a look at this. Let me reframe this. Is everyone looking up here?
Yes,
The notes are easy if you just look up here and kind of follow along, right? Yeah, check it out. Like we talked about on the warm-up, if it's multiplying inside, you split it with a plus sign. So today, what if it's dividing on the inside? You split it, what goes between it? minus. So multiplying turns into plus, dividing turns into minus. It kind of makes sense. They're parallel truths, all right? So let's go ahead and you can see all the steps on the left-hand side, but we are going to cut to the chase and get to the examples. So example number 1. Is there dividing inside the parentheses? Yes. Since I see the dividing sign, I'm going to split this into 2 logs. Log base 2. Log base 2. What's going to go in the first parentheses? So what's on top of the fraction? 3, right? All right, so the top, the numerator is the first parentheses. What's the denominator on the bottom of the fraction? 5 is my second parentheses after the second log. What goes between them? Minus, right? So that's it. Dividing on the inside means you split it, and it's going to be 2. Other way. 2 logs with the subtraction sign between them. Is that easy enough? Hopefully. Let's try another one. Is there dividing on the inside? Yes. Split it into 2 natural logs. ln, ln. What's the first parentheses going to be? 7. What's the second parentheses going to be? 8. What's going to go between them? Minus. That's it. Are you paying attention so you don't have to ask me later? We're not there. We're here. Huh? Understand this first. All right? It's definitely not on that device you keep looking at. No, the other device. Under the influence of that. Okay, so back page, flip it over. Example 3. Okay, log, is there division inside? What? Yes, so I can split it into 2 logs. Log, base what, or if there's no base, just write log, right, with your pencil. All right, so log what? Log what? X, and then what? Minus log what? That's it. Too easy, right? Too easy. Dividing inside means you split it into 2 with a minus. Now here's where it gets a little bit, tiny bit more complicated. Is this dividing? Yes. So split it into 2 logs. Log base 2. All right. Minus log 2 what? Y. All right. Are we done? No. Now, here's why. Do you see that x squared? What does x squared mean? X times x, right? Does everyone know that? Okay, hold on one second. All right, does everyone know this? That x squared means x times x. And just like our warm-up and our notes and assignment from Thursday, if I know they're being multiplied, I know I can split it into 2 logs being added, right? So, again, if you see something with an exponent, you need to split that up too. So log x squared is going to be log base 2 of x plus, hey, log base 2 of x. Does that make sense? Because you're multiplying x times x to get x squared. Multiplying splits into plus signs. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring down the minus log 2 of y. So don't touch it. Just don't touch it. Now, dividing means turning into subtraction, and then multiplying, you still got to split it into addition. Okay? So make sure you split everything up that you can. All dividing will be subtraction, all multiplying will be addition when you split it all up. Okay? Cool. 2 more examples. All right, example 5. We're working backwards. If I see the subtracting of 2 of the same logs, do they have the same base here? Do they?
Yeah.
Same base. And they're subtracting, right? So since I see subtraction here, that means I'm going to turn it into 1 log base 3. And subtraction means you're going to make it into a dividing, a fraction. So the x will go on top, the 5 will go on the bottom. So x over 5. You understand that? Write it down? Did you? So again, if they're subtracting 2 logs of the same base, make it 1 log with division. Now this is where it gets tricky, so everyone look at example 6. This is very important. I see 2 subtractions. So first I'm just going to think about the first one. Do they have the same base? Yep. It's subtraction, so I know I'm going to turn that into a division. So I'm going to write log base 3 of, and since again it was subtracting, I'm going to make that into a fraction. On top is going to be x, and on the bottom is going to be 5. Does that make sense that you are subtracting the first 2, so you make it dividing? Okay. Now, you still need to bring this down. Minus log base 3, 2. Okay. Now, this is again subtracting, so I need to again make a division. Okay. So, again, same base, subtraction. So I'm going to put 1 log base 3. Now, be careful here. What's going to go on top? What's the first parenthesis? What? X over 5. Like this is my new first parentheses, right?
Yes.
So as weird as it is, this whole thing goes to the top. Hold on. What? All right, x over 5 is on top, and on the bottom is the 2, okay? Now, who's seen a fraction on top of a fraction? It's kind of crazy. Okay, but here's the deal. When you divide, and then you divide again, what you're going to end up doing is multiplying these 2 numbers that you've divided by. Meaning, the 5 is on the bottom of the first fraction, you divide by 2, and those 5 and those 2 multiply together. You're going to do this on your assignment, so I hope everyone's hearing this. When you divide and you divide again, those denominators multiply to make, in this case, what? What's 5 times 2? 10. So it's really x over 10. When you have a fraction and you divide again, multiply those numbers on the bottom. Okay. So that one ends up being log base 3 of x over 10. Right? All right, I'm going to pass out the assignment. We're going to get started on that. Cool.